I'm Judy. I'm representing Rowville Library and Eastern Regional Libraries today. I really welcome the opening of the Immerse exhibition for this particular venue. We've got three artists, Neville, Hiatt, Rosie, Nash and Freda Marshall. We're really pleased to have the art in the library. It's the second year the library has done this, and it's a really nice confluence of artists and literature and information and society. So yeah, it's a very pleasant occasion for us. So I'll introduce you to Neville, who I think is going to say a few words.
Thanks for having us. Thank you everyone for showing up. It's always fun putting on these events. You never know how many are going to show up. So yeah, big thank you to the library. Obviously without the venues, the Immerse exhibitions across the whole of Knox would not be running. So it's great to have those venues on board. Huge thanks to Erica, our curator, for this venue as well as others, helping us to make our art look as best as possible for viewing. Big thanks to Phil for helping me hang my photos. It would have taken a lot longer without his assistance. Also want to thank the Australian Cultural Fund, Rick Bluebird, Yasmin Cole, Your Business Digital and Rodney Stockfeld for their assistance in making this series happen. There's a lot of work that goes into producing art, including the framing and the printing, so huge thanks to Accent Framing and Frameable. Actually I had a panic last year when I did that original series, Journeys 1. Went back to that same framer to do series 2 and he'd moved overseas. Thankfully his business, Little Black Book of Contacts, had been picked up by another framer, so it was great to work with another framer that did just as well a good a job. And obviously a huge thank you to my model. I wasn't able to use the same model I used in the first series. Worked with someone different who'd never modelled in this set before. She's a mother, she's a student, she works. And it was great to work with her and try and get through in each shot what I was trying to create. It's always a challenge to get what's out of your head in your imagination onto the final finished product. Huge congrats to Rosie and Freda for being accepted into Immerse. And if there's any other artists here that either applied or didn't apply next year. You never know if you're going to get in or not. And of course a big special congratulations to Freda because she won the Emerging Artist Award.
And can I admit that my application was on A4 paper, done with coloured pencils. So don't think that you have to do HHTPP and all that to apply for something. Just do it individually and it gets noticed. And there was one half of the council that wouldn't accept the application and there was another half that said, wow, it's out there, let's give it a go. So thank you to Knox Council and the ones that believed in me.
There we go, another story of perseverance. And for me, my application was interesting. Up till then, all my previous exhibitions had been, this is my body of work, do you want to accept it for your venue or not? This was my first attempt at, this is my previous work that I've done, and in writing, this is what I want to do, which is an interesting concept when you're talking about visual art, to try and describe to someone what you want to create, because I haven't created the series yet. And then when I got accepted, I'm like, well, I really need to pull my finger out and finish shooting now. And then editing and all the rest, so yeah, big journey. Some of the wonderful comments I've seen that sort of told me that I'd achieved what I wanted to do, which as an artist you never really know until you get that finished product. I showed one of the shots, which is this one here. I took it into a radio station when I was getting interviewed about the series, and the first response that someone gave me as soon as I saw it was, I've been there. Now I knew they hadn't been there because I created that setup, but to know that they connected so much to just instantly say, without me telling you anything about it, I've been there, was one that I thought, great. And another one, a couple further down, was actually in Fed Square for a recent exhibition, and someone commented on that. A brilliant depiction on how disconnected we are as a society, only seeing what's on the outside rather than who people truly are on the inside. And after I read that, I wanted to write all my future submissions, but they're probably not going to be able to do that. And off the same piece, this one was really touching and surprised me a bit because of who it came from. Very impressive piece of photography. I can relate very easily to that picture. Perhaps more so as a strong, happy and invincible husband and father. looking in the mirror and seeing someone struggling with mental health issues, unable to be the husband and father sometimes society expects. Great, powerful art. And that one really touched me because obviously both my series I've used a female to depict the character and her journey she's on. So to get to that response from a guy meant a lot to me, and really cemented my idea for Journeys 3, which I can't tell you about yet. But that's my plan for next year, is to do another series, and we're whittling away the ideas and trying to hone in on exactly what we want to achieve for series 3. So since being accepted into Immerse, both series have been picked up by a couple more exhibitions in the new year, so if you've got any family or friends that can't come here until December 12th, back in Bacchus Marsh in January, and then Journeys 2 will be in Ballarat, which is my hometown, in April. So all prints are for sale, as well as Freda's and Rosie's works for sale, so if you want to do some early Christmas shopping, let us know. We'd be happy to take your cash.
You've got PayPal, haven't you?
I do have PayPal.
Yeah.
You can even PayPal tickets for the calendar if you want. Some of the props and outfits I've listed on eBay as well, because obviously I've used them all and don't need them now, so if you want some memorabilia from a yet-to-be famous artist, you never know, you never know. And there's also a video on YouTube I did from some of the behind-the-scenes shots, so you can see some of the work that went into them, and not only that, from the hanging here as well. So don't forget to vote for us in the People's Choice Award. You can do that on the Knox website for Freda or Rosie or myself. You can vote for all three if you want. It gives us a boost against anyone else.
And I'll even pay your friends.
Well, she does have the winner's check. Well, she will be getting the winner's check. So yeah, and I did produce a special one-off calendar of the Journey series. So if you want a raffle ticket for that, we'll draw that in a little while. $2 each or 3 for $5, and there has been some sold, so someone's going to win it. Rosie, did you want to say a couple of quick words about your work?
So my series I took in Fiji on a missions trip with 7-8 friends and 2 teachers, and we got to go out to some really remote villages and meet some incredible people, and we got to introduce some of the kids to cameras for the first time and different aspects of art that they hadn't seen before. There was one kid that saw there was a video camera that had the flip screen, and he saw himself on camera for the first time, and it's just the most comical video I've ever seen in my life. So yeah, please enjoy all the artworks.
And Freda, what about your award-winning artwork?
Mine's based on a poem that we should all read. When I grow old, I shall wear purple. And it's basically, I think I'm old enough to wear odd slippers and purple and red together and do whatever I like, because I've been through life's journey. So my piece depicts Coral, a fictional character who came to Melbourne, and she was a country girl that was accepted into the Australian Ballet. And on the streets of Flinders Street Station, she met the bad man, who seduced her, and they had children, 2 illegitimate twins. And there's a reference there that, you know, in the 50s, children were taken off people without any question. And it's just, the rest of the trolley just tells her sad and lonely life, and she decided to wear red and purple. And there's a reference that she may have eaten a pound of sausages at a time, which is in the poem, and just eaten eggs if she wanted to, or drink cask wine. There's a few references to that there, and I suggest you don't try eating the cheesels. My husband tried one and they're not tasty. But it's just a reference to her life, fictional character. I don't know if anyone's aware of Bob Down, the comedian, and he always talked about his Auntie Coral. That's her out there. I love Mark Trescothick and his Bob Down character, so there's enough reference there to his comedic capacity.
Well, thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
Enjoy the art, enjoy the food that is edible. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.